Let's go. Why don't you just bring it to the table?
And now, presenting author, organizer, activist, and host, the woman who brings unity to our community, Angela C. Harden.
Blessings. We said blessings to you, and welcome to Bring It to the Table, Real Talk with Angela C. Harden. Blessing you guys. How y'all doing?
Blessings. Great.
Good. Well, we're here with another segment talking about bullying. And we know at our last show, it was a heated conversation here at this table.
It was.
And Jamie had some real concerns about the definition of bullying.
Yes.
So maybe today, and not only him, a lot of you guys, but maybe today we'll get some more clarity, because guess what? We got some experts, students that will be joining us today, and we will be sharing with them on this word we call bullying.
Yes.
We're gonna also find out what bullying is and what bullying is not. So I want you guys to fasten your seatbelts tight, because it's getting ready to go up and it's getting ready to go down, right here on Bring It to the Table, Real Talks with Angela C. Harden. We'll be right back. Blessings. I'm here with Rosalind at Roz Gifts and Flowers. And Roz, I want to ask you, what is it that make your events stand out and pop?
Well, I'm different and unique, and I was blessed with my hands by God. And also, we're willing here at Roz Gifts and Flowers to work with any client with any budget.
Why don't you give them a call today?
Calvin's Roasted Fish and Salad offers a variety of Southern-style cuisine, including oxtails, fish and shrimp, and rotisserie chicken. For your convenience, we also provide delivery and catering services. We are open daily from 10 to 8, so drop on by and grab a plate.
Hi, I'm Calvin. I really want your business. Give me just one opportunity, and I will try my hardest and do my best to keep you coming back. And I approve this message. Thank you.
Blessings, and welcome back to Bring It to the Table, Real Talk. At our last show, we talked about the definition of bullying.
Yes.
And I know some of us had some issues with that. We also talked about some
Jamie
statistics.
got heated about it.
Yeah, he got heated about it. Tell us what is that definition, M?
Well, we're going to look at a different definition. We're going to look at the definition from the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, which is CDC. They define bullying as unwanted physical, verbal, or other aggressive behavior by an individual or a group against another youngster.
Wow.
That's CDC.
Yes. And even with that definition, another youngster. So that means adults don't bully each other.
Exactly.
Previous definition worded quite differently. When you're talking about centers such as Center for Disease Control being the authority they are, you probably get another definition from the American Psychology Association. They aren't even on the same page yet. Maybe this isn't even something that should be rolled out to us yet, which is why I had such a problem with it.
Yeah.
When you talk about the definition, how you define a person, there's terms already out there address most of the issues that so-called bullying is addressing that's being brought to the table now. And to wrap them all up under one term, that's a serious issue. There has to be some deceit somewhere going on with that.
Yes, that's true. But when we're talking about bullying in the workplace, bullying in the church, bullying in the home, bullying in the school, and bullying on even social media. There is a lot of bullying that's going on, but I think some of us do get it kind of twisted, and maybe it's because of all of these different definitions.
Correct.
Because it seems to me they're calling everything bullying.
Exactly.
But I'm believing on tonight we're going to be interviewing some students, some high school students here in our area, along with another community leader who has another voice, another guest with her.
Okay.
That's Tawana Kelly and Joy will be here, and she does something on bullying that helps in the school. So hopefully from listening to them and them sharing their thoughts on bullying, maybe it will bring some more light to this subject we call bullying. And then, of course, we got a millennium here at the table.
Absolutely, and Jamie brings up a good point. When you look at the definition, if you can't define it, then one, how do we prosecute it? And two, how do we address it or fix it? And legally, there's crossover between criminal harassment and bullying, the definition. And so we really need some, I agree with Jamie, we need some clarity.
We have currently 6 different generations that is living now. And all of those have different perspectives. So how can we say that one particular group is going to speak for everybody? None of them think nothing alike. And that's where I think we look at the perception and all, as JM just said, about what you think, what you perceive. The truth of the matter is, what really is the one who is accused of bullying is their intent.
Right quick, 30 seconds.
One thing I know, bullying, no matter what form it is or who it come from, it don't feel good when we on the other side of the table.
That's good.
I had an experience. I had to stand up to the bully, but that's we'll probably talk about that later on.
Okay, well, I like that. Bullying doesn't feel good, and bullying is against the law. That's what we got to realize. Bullying is against the law. Thank you, guys. Listen, we'll be right back. It's Bring It to the Table, Real Talk with Angela C. Harden.
Deshaun Seafood, Chicken, and all-you-can-eat crab legs. Great food, good service, lots of fun. Try us for the first time, and you'll be ringing our bell.
This is my first time coming here, but it sure won't be my last.
I just love the crab legs.
Blessings. I'm here with Deborah Stevens, and she is the owner of
Savvy Sparkling Gems.
And we hear paparazzi a lot, and there's a lot of consultants. What make you different?
What makes me different is I love people and I love to serve people, make men and women feel beautiful at an affordable rate.
Awesome. So guess what? We're going to give you a try. Let's call Deborah today.
You just made a great choice. What are you going to do now?
I don't know.
What? You got to post this. Wait up. Facebook, Right Buy is the only place to buy a car from. Ain't that right?
Yeah.
Right Buy Automotive Sales is taking over your city. We're doing car deals on wheels for real. Home of the guaranteed credit approval. Come on out where we treat you like family. It's all true at the Yellow and Blue.
Blessings, and welcome back to Bring It to the Table, Real Talk. And we're here with some very special guests, myself along with Keyway. We're here with Destiny, who is 15 years old. Welcome. Also Walker, who is 14. We said welcome to you guys. And also our dear friend, and she used to be one of my youth, that's Tawana Kelly. Enjoy. Enjoy is 5 puppy years.
5 puppet years old. That's me, capital J, capital O, and capital Y.
All right.
Joy's in the house.
Joy's in the house. Joy's at the table.
At the table.
Yes, and we welcome you guys. We've been talking about a very strange word, if I should say, a word that's got a lot of people kind of, bothered by that word, and that word is called bullying. Do you all know anything about bullying?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about bullying. Keyway, if you want to kind of just share a little bit of your story.
My story is unique. It's a little embarrassing because when I got bullied, I was in the 7th grade at Glen Hills Middle, and it was a female that bullied me. Now, a man don't hit no female. That's the way I was brought up. The girl was pushing me around. It was constantly. And then she had a family, a group of brothers and cousins. I was scared of her and her family. So I was definitely not trying to hit the girl. But one day on the school bus, after she already had pushed me down before I got on the bus, I was sitting beside this pretty female on the bus. Man, real pretty female. I kind of liked her. And the girl, her bus stop was coming up. And I heard her talking to the people in the back of the bus. Oh, when I get off the bus, I'm going to hit him. I said, Lord, man, she hit me. I don't know what I'm going to do.
So you was praying at 7th grade, huh?
Yeah, I was praying at 7th grade. Grandma brought me up in the church, so it stuck with me, So the girl was coming off the bus, and she came and she slapped me. And, she ain't slapped me, she punched me. She really bowed. And, man, the reflexes came, and next thing I know, I hit her. I was scared. And when I hit her the first time, the look that she gave me on her face was like, man, I finna do something to you. And out of reflex, I was scared. I was scared. I hit her again, and that's when her cousins came from the back of the bus and he put them hands to me. He beat me up pretty bad, and she didn't bully me no more after that because I stood up to her.
That's real talk. And sometimes I guess if you don't say anything and just allow a person to hit you or talk about you and you don't say anything, sometimes they will continue to do that. So you stepped up and you defended yourself.
Had to at some point.
Although you said they beat you up,
Yeah.
but they knew then that you wasn't afraid.
That's right.
And thank God it wasn't fatal, or it could have been real bad.
Well, I had to pray too. Trust me, I prayed. I said, Lord, please let them brothers jump on me the next day. Everybody said, boy, they're going to jump you. It was a Meadowbrook clip. So you know how Meadowbrook is, boy.
And that's a whole nother subject.
Yeah,
They're talking about gang.
Yeah.
Even, and as we were talking about bullying on the last segment, it really kind of had me thinking about gangs. You know, that's kind of a form. Sometimes bullies, a lot of times they come together and bully people. A lot of times if they by themselves and they don't have their gang with them, a lot of times they don't bully. Maybe you all can tell us a little bit about that. So let's go to you, Destiny. Share with us your thoughts on bullying.
Okay, so it was in my first year of middle school, and it was like a group of girls, and they were like picking on me for like having a disability and being in a wheelchair. And so one day we had got finished with like the paper towel roll, and inside the paper towel roll is brown. And so the girls was like, you're darker than the paper towel roll, ha ha ha, and it was like making fun of it. So I went home, told my mom. She was like, tell the teacher. So I didn't want to be known as a snitch, so I was like, no, I'm not going to tell the teacher. So I just like started to try to like handle it on my own. So I told her about it, and so then the girls, they was just like still picking at it. So eventually I just got tired of it, and so she hit me with the paper towel roll, and I was like, okay, if you hit me with it again, I'm just gonna hit you back. So the next day she hit me with it, and we just like started fighting pretty much.
And you in the wheelchair?
Yes, ma'am.
Is she in a wheelchair?
No, ma'am.
Did she look like you?
No.
So she was another race?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and it was a gang of them?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what was the outcome?
I ended up getting switched from schools because the administrator didn't want to believe my side of the story, and they let the whole group of people like pretty much tell them lies the whole time, so I got sent away.
And you in the wheelchair?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. That's sad. That's really, to me, that's beyond bullying. You know. Walker, what's your story?
My story, well, the way I think about bullying, it's not always kids that bully other kids. Sometimes it's adults that bully kids.
Wow.
And,
you mean to tell me adults bully kids?
And I was taking, it was 8th grade, but I was taking 9th grade courses, and I was in my lit class, and I had this teacher for 3 years, and they kept putting me back in her class for 3 years, and I didn't want to be in her class. And like little things I like to do, like sit in the chair with my book bag in my back, she just wouldn't let me do it, even though there was no problem. I was turning in work, and it was good work, and I was spending a lot of time on it, but she wasn't taking the work. She was making me turn in pink slips, and I was getting detention from her, and I was always out of her class. She was putting me out. I was in the office. I was next to the lockers. I went to different classrooms. She wouldn't, in a sense, she wouldn't let it go. But I was trying to do good in her class and trying to do right by me so I wouldn't get in trouble. But it was a point where my mom wasn't believing me. She was like, oh, Walker, she not doing this, she not doing that. And then one day, my mom got a call from some other students in the front office, and they told her that I wouldn't come back to the teacher's classroom. I was in the office saying that I'm not going back, and they can't make me go back.
When Walker gave his experience on bullying, he said some things that might have been taken the wrong way. But as we listened to him, it was his experience, and he gave some real talk from the view of a 14-year-old. But I do want to say this, there are two sides to every story. So I don't want us to focus too much on who, what, when, where, but it was real talk for Walker.
And the problem got resolved, and it was Christmas. So for my Christmas present, I got my classes changed.
Good for you. Now that had to be something that was very, that bothered you to look at it as a Christmas present to be moved from her class. She just had a problem with you, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you see a lot of people having problems with you for certain reasons?
Mostly because I'm short and they can't believe I'm 14. But other than that, no.
You know what I like to say? I'm under tall. You're not short, you just under tall. How about that? We got to take a break. When we come back, thank you guys for sharing your story. When we come back, we're going to hear from Joy. Is that okay? Y'all want to hear from Joy?
Yes,
Yeah.
Remember, it's Bring It to the Table Real Talk. We'll be right back.
Get more furniture and spend less money at Value Furniture Store on Aiken Augusta Highway. Mattresses, beds, sofas, dining room sets, accessories, and more. Right now, buy this queen-size mattress set for just $5.99 and get the sleigh bed absolutely free. That's right, a free bed. We're open Tuesday through Saturday 9 to 6. Get more furniture, spend less money, and save big at Value Furniture Store on the Aiken Augusta Highway.
Blessings and welcome back to Bring It to the Table Real Talk. As we were talking, I was thinking about you all's story. Everybody have a story. And it's amazing because sometimes bullying comes in different sizes, different shapes. And this being, October being bullying month, the whole entire month of October is dedicated to bullying. We really need to kind of understand this word a little bit more. Well, guess what? We have none other than Tawana Kelly and Joy. Now, surely, Joy has not been bullied. Surely.
Oh, yes, I have, Pastor.
Tell us about it.
I sure have. God delivered me from bullies a long time ago. There was a bully at my school, and his name was Big Old Bubba, and he was taking everybody's pizza, and he tried to take mine too.
Yes. Joy had some homegirls at school.
Yes, Shantae, Tasha, and Tanika, and them, they're my homegirls. They told me if Big Bubba messed with me, they got my back. But you know what? They had my back so far back I couldn't see them. What? They left me all by myself. When Big Bubba tried to take my pizza.
Really?
Yeah. And he had a deep voice too. He said, Joy, give me that pizza, girl. And you know what? My stomach was growling. Raw. And Bubba wanted my pizza. And I had to say my grace. I had to pray. And I said, Lord, please don't let Bubba take my pizza. Because my stomach was hungry.
And so, Joy, what did you do?
Well, Bubba didn't go away. And my friends left me by myself. And I had to stand up to Big Bubba all by myself.
Wow.
Yeah, and she did. And so what you tell Big Bubba?
Go pick on somebody else's outside and leave me alone.
And thinking about that, so many times the bully, sometimes they pick on someone smaller than them or someone that they feel that they can intimidate, by size or by height or, things like that. So Bubba end up just leaving you alone?
Yes, because I used my outside voice.
Oh, and you got an outside voice?
Oh, yeah.
And what is that?
It's really loud.
Yes, you got to put bullies on blast. And this is what we tell our young people, to speak up and speak loud and say something if you see something. And so when you put bullies on blast, that means you take away their power.
Because as long as you're quiet, they win.
So, but when you win, you are a winner when you speak up and you speak loud and put them on blast and take away their power.
That's good because we all need to understand that bullying is against the law. Anytime, any form of abuse, whether it's physical or verbal, intimidation, people just mistreating you, that's not good. It's against the law, and you need to tell someone. If you know someone that's being bullied, if you are the bullier, you need to stop bullying. You don't have to bully around to feel powerful, to take someone else's power or to harass someone to feel powerful.
It's like they say in the church, we be like, hurt people.
That's right.
Yeah. And sometimes even the bullier sometimes becomes the victim because sometimes they are retaliation. And when people retaliate, because they're not going to allow you to bully them and to mistreat them or hurt them, they're going to try to defend themselves or protect themselves.
Oh, yeah.
And so sometimes the one that's bullying can actually become the victim.
Oh, yeah, like in one of my situations, another time I was in middle school, I got in a fight with one. He was bigger than me. The kids kind of ganged him up against me. Dude ain't supposed to be in 8th grade. He supposed to be in high school. They ganged the guy against me so he could fight me. I wasn't finna have that. So I stood up to him. I went to, hey, bro, what's up? And we got to fight. Then the second time, we supposed to be friends, right? I went to my friend's house and got to playing basketball. He started trying to fight me again. So you know what I did? I tried to go home and walk away from the situation. I was 14 years old. So the guy, he followed me and he started to fight with me. And he beat me up a second time. The next day, I ain't proud of it, but I'm sharing this with y'all because I want y'all to know that sometimes you gotta stand up. The next day, I was around his house with a baseball bat. And he had 3 broke ribs that day. Wow. Sometimes you gotta stand up.
We heard from one of our panelists, Keyway, and he shared his experience in bullying. And as he shared, you know, he retaliated. He took matters in his own hand. And we don't want that to happen. We do not condone taking matters in your own hand. And because bullying is against the law, if you're being bullied, you know somebody being bullied, tell someone, tell the right people so that you won't get caught up in taking matters in your own hand. And before things get to that, I know Destiny was saying she didn't want to be a snitch. You got to throw that out the window. Don't worry about it. If you see someone bullying,
say something.
You got to say something. If someone is bullying you, you must say something. And I know we got to go. Our time is running out. But I kind of wanted us, we talk a lot about what bullying is. I want to know what bullying is not. Because we're saying everything is bullying. Joy, can you share some enlightenment on that?
If somebody say, I don't like you, that's not being bullying.
Really?
Yeah. Because I learned in my class, my teacher told us that sometimes kids are not going to play with everybody all the time. So if you don't choose to play with a person, it don't mean that you're being a bully.
So that is true.
And if someone accidentally bump into you or something like that, that's not being a bully, it's an accident. And I just have to say I'm sorry.
That is true.
That's it. You got to say you're sorry.
And then somebody feel left out on the playground or somebody don't get to play the game when they want to, then that's not bullying either.
But they said bullying is a form of isolation, though, when you're leaving that person out. But I'm hearing that's not necessarily bullying.
Not always. You have to pick another friend to play with.
There you go. I like that. I like that.
Just choose new friends.
Yes. Well, thank you so much. Walker, anything in closing?
It's when you joke and pick on somebody, it's not really bullying if it's only bullying if it's involuntary. Because sometimes you joke and jive like boys do. And
girls too.
That's right.
Yeah, and
bullying is not a boys' issue. It's a people's issue.
And then
but yes,
some teachers say bullying, but in the end, if nobody's really hurt and you're all still friends, it's not bullying.
Okay, very good. Destiny in closing.
All I want to say is stop bullying because it's not cool and it's not cute either.
Very good. All right. Last words.
Well, if you see something, say something. And always remember to put bullies on blast.
Put them on blast.
Yes.
I love it. Well, Keyway, we're going to end it on that note. And I do want to say this one thing. There's a scripture that says, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And that'll take care of the bullying problem. We'll be right back. It's Bring It to the Table. Real Talk with Angela C. Harden. Blessings. I'm Angela C. Harden, and I am H.T. Harris Tax Service.
I am Loretta Smith, H.T. Harris Tax Service.
I am Joanne DeAntonac, and I am H.T. Harris Tax Service.
Hello, I'm H.T. Harris. We have 2 offices in the CSRA to serve you. Our main office is at 1139 Druid Park Avenue in Augusta, Georgia. And our second office is at 438 Hampton Avenue in Aiken, South Carolina. My team and I are
Waiting to serve you.
Blessings. I'm here with Rosalind at Roz Gifts and Flowers. And Roz, I want to ask you, what is it that make your events stand out and pop?
Well, I'm different and unique, and I was blessed with my hands by God. And also, we're willing here at Roz Gifts and Flowers to work with any client with any budget.
Why don't you give them a call today? Blessings and welcome back to Bring It to the Table Real Talk. You guys, when we left, we just had a good conversation with our guests, some teenagers. What's your thoughts on what they shared about bullying?
It was really interesting because you looked at, we had left off with talking about perspective.
Exactly.
And so hearing their perspective of what bullying was. One of the things, though, that I haven't heard, we haven't really dealt with why people bully. And usually it's because they are wanting to exert power and control over another person. And it used to be that when they did that, it was really a symptom of something else that was happening at home or another place. But one of the things that I think we may have to have another show for is when we look at now cyberbullying and
Yes.
social media, that now these young people set up scenarios just so that they can get hits.
Right.
And what they do could fall into the definition of bullying or harassment.
Absolutely.
It would definitely be considered an act of bullying because it would lead to violence. So
Right.
there would be some bullying in there. But based on what the young people said, I don't know their brother and sister, but one says that they didn't say anything because they'd be considered a snitch. So naturally, you didn't allow a system in place to work. And the other young man stated that he had a problem with the system, which as I heard that didn't make sense to me because there's an authority issue with people in authority. And it didn't sound as though there was very much respect for that authority. So somehow there was issues there that went beyond bullying that need to be addressed.
We're at the close of another interesting topic, bullying, that's been brought to the table. Yes, it is too short.
That's right.
But we got another segment that'll be coming next week. So we want you guys to tune in for that. Listen, I want you guys to remember as we go to a close, thank you all. I want you to remember whatever you go through, whatever you are faced with. I want you to know that the Lord, He's working it out just for you. He really is. Would you receive this blessing? It goes like this. The Lord bless thee and keep thee. The Lord make His face to shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. The Lord lift up a countenance unto thee and give thee peace. Jehovah Shalom, peace, God bless you. And guess what? We love you.
We love you.
Shalom.
Shalom. Blessings.
Bring it to the table with Angela C. Harden. So whatever the problem is, just bring it to the table. Come on, why don't you just bring it to the table? Why don't you just bring it? Bring it to the table with Angela C. Harden. So whatever the problem is, just bring it to the table.